Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm Stevie B here on Next Island. Happy to have you all with me today. Let's take some big sips to get this started. So if you're just landing on Next Island, one of the very first things we want to do is get access to all 5 of the VIP clubhouses for all 5 factions here on Next Island. We've been talking about each of these faction VIPs in their own video because each of these faction VIPs will give us access to very special daily, weekly, or other missions that we're going to want to make use of while we have our time here on Next Island. So today we are at the Sifferton Gardens Teleporter, located at 133355 longitude, 94046 latitude. And today we're going to be talking about the Neo VIP, or the New Elysian Order VIP. So this clubhouse, unlike the others, which are usually above ground and have holograms with the faction symbol on it, this one is actually located below ground. So there's a televator that we would have to take to get to it. We can't even see it because we don't yet have access. So how do we get access? Good question. Right here is the New Elysian Order VIP Gatekeeper. So let's talk to the Gatekeeper and see what we need to do. This is the gateway to the newest project for the New Elysian Order. To gain access, you need to prove you can be a valuable asset. We demand the following as payment: 24,000 Elysian Tech Chips, 30 System Stabilizer, 30 Fine Lens, 30 Lesser Elyssia, 30 Helen Ventures Walking Stick, 30 Crystaline Core, 30 Chrysoberyl Fasteners, and 30 Dark Lysterium Cogs. Now, I do not yet have everything that I need. I've been working on gathering this. So now that we know what the requirements are, let's talk about those requirements in a little bit more detail, because it is a little bit more intricate than it initially appears. So let me go to my storage. Let's get access to our terminals real quick. So we can see from my storage, I have already got the 30 System Stabilizer, the 30 Dark Lysterium Cogs, 30 Helen Ventures Walking Stick, and 30 Chrysoberyl Fasteners. I've also managed to save up about 10,000 of the Elysian Tech Chips. Now I need 24,000 to make that happen. Now remember, these Elysian Tech Chips do have pretty good markup. You can find them on the ground just like you would find fruit or stones. They will be broken when you initially find them. You can throw them into a refiner and they will be unbroken, which is what we need, is the unbroken version. There's also a small daily mission you can do that we will cover in another video if we haven't already, that is very easy for low-level players to knock out, that does reward you with a small amount of Elysian Tech Chips every single day. However, what I really want to talk about in today's video is the blueprints that you're going to be needing. So let's go to our construction terminal. So the first thing up is the Elysian Tech Chips, which, like I said, there's a small daily mission you can do. Most people just find these as broken Elysian Tech Chips on the ground and then refine them to the unbroken version. And then we're going to need 30 Lesser Elyssia. So let's take a look at this blueprint. Now, as you guys know, there's a daily mission where we can attempt to craft Lesser Elyssia. It gives us tailing reward. We've talked about that in depth on this channel in other videos. However, today I want to focus on the blueprint itself. Several of the items that we need for this mission have to be crafted from blueprints that you can only get one time here on Next Island. So specifically, the Lesser Elyssia blueprint can only be retrieved from the NPC May, the crafting instructor. And this is a one-time thing. You go talk to her to learn how to craft, and she gives you this blueprint. Now, sometimes you can find Lesser Elyssia blueprints on auction on Calypso from people who think they no longer need it or won't be coming back to Next Island. And sometimes you can find them at quality rating 100. So I actually ended up buying my quality rating 100 from somebody long ago, and I love it because I craft a lot of Lesser Elyssia. Then as we move down the list, we need Helen Ventures Walking Stick. Again, Helen Ventures Walking Stick is a one-time blueprint that we get from a mission here on Next Island. So I actually happen to have 2 of these. I've got 2 of most of these because I bought a giant collection of blueprints from somebody a long time ago, So I got the one that they had from completing these missions, plus I got the one that I got from completing these missions. So I happen to have doubles in most of these. Now, Helen Ventures Walking Stick, like I said, is another one that we get only one time. So keep these things safe. Whatever you do, do not get rid of them. Do not sell them, because they can be very, very difficult to find if you have to try and get a replacement. Helen Ventures Walking Stick we get from Helen for the mission Helen's Super Epic Hunting Adventure, where we kill 63 Papu and 63 mutant boar. Fairly easy, fairly straightforward mission that we only get to do one time. Next up, we need Chrysoberyl Fasteners. Now, Chrysoberyl Fasteners, as far as I'm aware, this is not necessarily a mission item as far as the blueprint goes. I believe I purchased this particular blueprint, and the fact that I don't have two of them leads me to believe that's true. If I did, I would have two copies, one from the collection I bought when I first started playing, and one from doing the mission myself. So this one, I believe, is a blueprint that you actually have to purchase. But next up is Fine Lens. Fine Lens is another blueprint that you can only get from missions here on Next Island, and you can only get it once. Now again, I have two because of the giant collection I bought when I first started playing, and from doing this mission myself. So for Fine Lens, we're going to see the NPC Old Mort, and he's going to give us the mission Sneaky Thieving Papu, where we kill 50 gray Papu, and our reward is this Fine Lens blueprint. Next up is Crystaline Core. Now, Crystaline Core is a very important blueprint because it is needed for the Crystaline Core daily mission here on Next Island. Now, actually, to get Crystaline Core, you need to see Overseer Alice, and guess what? She happens to be an NPC right outside. If we come right out here, here's the televator to get access to Neo VIP, and here is, that's Best BG. Hey Best, nice of you to make the video. This is Overseer Alice. So Overseer Alice will give us a mission called Complete Neo Training, where you have to kill a Snowdrake or a Stormdrake. The mission name is New Elysian Order Training. You have to complete it in order to do this. However, after you kill that one Snowdrake or Stormdrake, she will give you the Crystaline Core blueprint. Again, very, very important, because that one is actually needed for the Crystaline Core daily mission. So that one you're definitely not going to want to get rid of. Then we will also need Dark Lysterium Cogs and System Stabilizer. Now, as far as I'm aware, these two also have to be purchased or looted. These two are not mission-specific one-time blueprints here on Next Island. However, the reason I wanted to point out that so many of these are, let's double check. So System Stabilizer, I only have one, so it should be, and Dark Lysterium Cogs, I believe I purchased two. Yes, okay. So the reason I point this out is because so many of these blueprints that we need to craft the materials for this mission that we're going to be turning in are one-time blueprints. If you're brand new to Next Island and you're getting access to these VIPs right off the bat, which you should be doing, then you're going to want to pay particular attention to grabbing these blueprints from these easy one-time missions, and you're going to want to be very, very careful not to trade them, not to sell them, not to get rid of them, because they can be so very, very hard to replace. It's extremely difficult to find them on auction sometimes. It's very hard to find people who have duplicates, and it's very hard to get people to loan them out to you. If you can manage to either get them and the other ones by either looting or buying, then you can make your own. Now, I did make my own Helen Ventures Walking Stick. I did make my own Chrysoberyl Fasteners. I believe I ended up buying my System Stabilizer and my Dark Lysterium Cogs, and I'm still not done. I still need a couple of the requirements. But the reason that this is such an important VIP to get access to, we want access to all the VIPs, but the reason Neo is so important is because of what you get access to when you get in. So let's talk about what happens when you get in. Once I actually have all these materials together and I go turn them in, then not only will I be given access to the Neo VIP, I will be given 4 unlimited blueprints as a reward. And again, you can only get these blueprints once, so you're going to want to take particular measures to be sure that you don't accidentally get rid of these. And they're going to be the Drake Egg replica blueprint for Ignis, Arcticus, Acid, and Tempest. So these blueprints will allow us to craft decorative replica Drake eggs. That's going to be important. Remember that in a second, because we get these 4 blueprints when we get access to Neo VIP by turning all this stuff in. Now, to craft each of those blueprints, you're going to need 10 Drake skulls appropriate for that particular blueprint, 10 wool, 10 lesser Elyssia, and 600 wood shavings. The reason that's so important is once we get access, we will be given a crafting mission. And the crafting mission that we will be able to do is a weekly crafting mission where we will have to attempt to craft those replica Drake eggs 50 times. When we do, we will get a reward of 10 clicks for the Reaper 2 Limited and the Reaper 3 Limited. Now, the Reaper is not a melee weapon, even though it kind of looks like one. The Reaper is actually a harvesting tool here on Next Island. So by crafting these 50 attempts of Drake eggs that are decorative every week, we will be rewarded with 10 clicks for both the Reaper 2 and the Reaper 3. And then, of course, if we do this week after week, we can stack those rewards. We will also get a weekly mining task, or I'm sorry, a weekly mining task where it will randomly assign us an ore or an end matter, and we will need to mine up 100 points of it. And once we do, we will get 10 clicks of a Drake Wing blueprint. So a limited blueprint, good for only 10 clicks. But there's 5 choices that we can pick from. We can pick from Ignis, which is a light blue, Arcticus, which is a darker blue, Acid, which is a green color, Tempest, which is a kind of red-orange color, and a colorable version of the Drake Wings. Now, you might have seen people running around with these Drake Wings on. The colorable one, you can color any color that you have the skills and paint in order to use. And these Drake Wings are very popular because they just allow you to kind of customize your look in-game. In fact, I've considered adding specialty Drake Wings to my Ascension armor because I just think it would look really, really cool. So we will be able to get that mining mission every single week once we're inside as well. But the part that I love is that there is a weekly hunting mission once we're inside. And the weekly hunting mission is for 1,000 Chimera kills. Now, the reason I love this is because if we remember to back when we talked about the FAPs here on Next Island, we have a weekly mission to kill 2,000 Chimera to get the blueprint for the new limited FAP. So since we've already got to do 2,000 Chimera kills in a week to get the blueprint for the new limited FAP, once we have access to Neo, we can stack the weekly hunting mission for 1,000 Chimera, and that way we only have to do the kills once, but get 2 rewards, both the blueprint and the reward from Neo. And the reward from Neo is 1 ped TT of either mechanics, concentration, medicine, or material comprehension. Now, material comprehension is a very important skill when it comes to tailoring. Medicine is a very important skill whenever it comes to fapping. Concentration is a very important skill whenever it comes to mind force. And mechanics is a very important skill whenever it comes to crafting. So to get a 1 ped TT reward for killing 1,000 chimeras that we're going to kill anyway to get our hands on the blueprint for the FAP, that is an amazing way to stack the chimera kills, and that is an amazing reward because regardless of which of the 4 options you pick, all 4 are great rewards that are going to help you out. But then in addition, once we have access to this Neo, there is a very, very important daily mission. And that daily mission is for Drake hunting. We can go out and kill 400 Drakes of any kind or any maturity. And the reward will be, get ready for it, 200 Bloodstone Crystal with an 18 ped TT value. 500 Fentonite Crystal with a 10 ped TT value, 500 Bustamite crystal with a 15 ped TT value, and 200 citrine crystal with a 14 ped TT value. Now, you're not picking one. You're getting all of them. You're getting all 4, which is, I believe, a 57 ped value. And the reason that's so important is those are the inputs that you need for the Crystaline Core daily. So this is going to get you a whole lot of attempts of the Crystaline Core blueprint, which will help you out when doing the Crystaline Core daily, especially that bloodstone. That bloodstone can be exceedingly rare, exceedingly hard to get. In fact, if we pull it up, here's the Crystaline Core blueprint. Now, if we go out and do that Neo daily hunting mission for those 400 Drake kills, we're going to get all 4 of these inputs that we need. We can see that Bloodstone has a markup of about 160%, Bustamite about 125%, Citrine about 102 to 105%, and Finsonite about 150%. So not only are we getting a 57 ped TT value in materials from doing that Neo daily Drake hunting, we can use it to either do our Crystaline Core daily and create Crystaline Core that we will need to craft other things, or we can just sell the materials that we get. And it's 57 ped TT value, but they have pretty good markup on top of that. You're looking at 160, 125, about 104, 105, and 150. So you're looking about 150% value across the board for these things. So really figure if we're getting 57 ped TT value with markup and everything, we're probably closer to 80 to 85 ped in real value from this daily Drake hunt that we can do whenever we get access to Neo. And that's really the reason that I want access to Neo. The mining mission's great, the crafting mission's great, that's all good that we can make replica Drake eggs and get the Reaper blueprints and make limited Reapers, and we can make our Drake wings, and that's all good and dandy. But I love the fact that we can stack the Chimera hunt weekly, and because we're already going to be doing that anyway, and then the fact that we have this daily Drake hunt that's going to allow us to get all this value, not just TT value but markup value, and that it's going to give us so many attempts of Crystaline Core, which we can use for the Crystaline Core daily if we don't want to sell it off. That makes this Neo VIP area one of the top VIPs in my book, and that's one of the reasons that I've been working on getting everything I need to turn in to be able to... Oh, hey, there's Lunchbox. Don't see him very often. See him global all the time. And he's actually wearing the modded armor from Siren. Wow. You see him global, you see him doing a lot of hunting. You don't ever actually see him in game very often. But that's one of the reasons that I am so excited to get all the materials together to be able to get access myself, because I want to go start knocking out these Drake hunts. I want to go start knocking out these Chimera kills. And this is why I tell you guys, if you're going to be spending time here on Next Island, you want to get access to these VIP areas right away. You want to be sure and go do these missions for these one-time blueprints and keep them safe right away. Because if you're going to be here, you're going to want access to these daily and weekly missions that these VIP areas offer, because they're going to have such amazing rewards, both from a skill front, from a value front. They're going to help you progress through the game, and they're going to stack with so well with stuff like the Chimera kills that we need for the blueprint for the EIR MK1. These missions were designed to be desirable. These VIP areas that we're going to want to get access to very, very early on when landing on Next Island, they were designed to be worth going through the trouble to get access to. The development team did an amazing job. So guys, if you're coming to Next Island for the first time or the first time in a long time, come to Sifferton Gardens, get all the materials together, and get access to the new Elysian Order VIP. You will not regret it. You will be using these missions daily and weekly. It will become a part of your life here on Next Island. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. In the description below, I'm going to put more information from nihelper.com about the missions that you're going to need in order to get those one-time blueprints. That way it's easy for you guys to go grab those if you don't already have them. And I will include some other links from nihelper.com that will help you while getting access to the new Elysian Order VIP area. So guys, we'll leave it there for today. Sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Head over to earnped.com, because when you earn, we earn. By far the best way you guys can help support us. Simply use the links on earnped.com to go to hideout.tv. Hideout will automatically add us as a redemption option for your hideout points. Guys, please also do as the banner says at the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon. You only have to do that one time. That keeps you up to date with all the stuff going on here in Entropia, all the content that we put out, and all the ways you can learn to play smarter and not harder, all the opportunities that are out there for you as they develop in real time. Guys, please also hit the like button on every single video. It goes a long way in helping us fight the trolls and the haters that are out there. But more importantly, when you guys hit those buttons for us, you guys help us get more reach for the channel. And you guys deserve to know the impact you're having. We get emails every week from people that say, hey, I was on YouTube, I was messing around, I play PC games and MMOs and real cash economy games, and I saw one of your videos pop up. I'd never heard of Entropia Universe before. So I started watching the channel. Next thing you know, I was at Camp Icarus and then Next Island. Now I'm out exploring the universe. And I've been to Next Island, I've been to Cyrene, I've been to Arcadia, I've been to North Swamp Camp, and I just want you to know that this is now my passion. It's now my hobby. This is the game that I now love, and I found it because the video popped up while I was on YouTube, and I know that only happened because your viewers hit subscribe, because they hit the bell icon, because they liked the video and left comments. So would you please tell them how much I appreciate the fact that they did that, because now Entropia Universe is a huge part of my life. And I really, really appreciate that. So you guys deserve to know the impact you're having, not just on this channel, not just on Stevie and EarnPed.com, not even just on the game or the community or the economy, but in bringing this game that we know and love, this passion of ours, and sharing it with people who have never heard of it or who are coming back to it and hearing about it for the first time in a very long time. So you guys are having a huge impact. Please keep it up. I'm going to leave it there for today. We will cover the rest of the other faction VIPs in future videos. Till then, sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Take care, Stevies.